Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Ramanujacharya Ashtata Rasata Shishimat Abhay Charanara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila ISKCON Guru Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Hari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Samaveta Bhaktavinda Ki Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste. Saraswati Devi Gurumani Vicharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashtaja Deshatarane. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has appeared just after the disappearance of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc., and persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in this age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So this here okay. talking about Kubja. Kubja is what Prabhupada describes her as. She was a hunchback woman, and that's how she's described in the Krishna book. So here, more, she's called Trivakra. And Kubja means a hunchback, means somebody. Anyway, it's quite interesting because it's described here. Anyway, we'll get into it in the purport. She's it's quite an interesting devotee. I won't read the Sanskrit. So this is happening after Krishna left Vrindavan in order to kill Kamsa. And when Krishna went to Mathura, Krishna was born in Mathura, and Kamsa was his maternal uncle. Wait a minute. Yes, Devaki's brother. So when Krishna was born, his mother was Devaki. Devaki's brother was Kamsa. So it was foretold that the eighth son of Devaki would kill him. He became very fearful. So Narad Muni actually had gone to Vrindavan because he wanted to speed things up, and he wanted this prophecy to come true. So then he had killed different demons, like Arishtasura was the bull demon. I think that was the last one, or Yomasura. Different demons that Akrura had sent. Kamsa had sent, and now Krishna is sent Akrura to Vrindavan to pick up Arjuna, Krishna and Balaram, to bring them to Mathura on the pretext of having a sacrifice, a bow sacrifice. And Kamsa had arranged everything so that he could, first of all, the elephant was going to kill him, and the soldiers were going to kill him, and the wrestlers were going to kill Krishna. But Krishna was more powerful than all of them. So anyway, this is before when he first enters Mathura. Shukadev Goswami said, as he walked down the King's Road, Lord Madhava then saw a young hunchback woman with an attractive face, who carried a tray of fragrant ointments as she walked along. The bestower of the ecstasy of love smiled and inquired from her as follows. Purport. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the young hunchback girl was actually a partial expansion of the Lord's wife Satyabhama. Satyabhama is the Lord's internal energy known as Bhu Shakti, and is thus an expansion of hers, known as Prithvi. represent, known as Prithvi, the earth, which was bent down by the great burden of countless wicked rulers. So because there were so many wicked people, now this is something we have to, I read this, I'm reading it again. Partial expansion of Satyabhama. So Satyabhama was Radharani in Vrindavan, and Chandravali became Rukmini. And this is in Dwarka. And Satyabhama is... Radharani is a little bit quarrelsome with Krishna, whereas Chandravali was always very acquiescent, and trying to please Krishna and never disagreeing. So they changed roles in Dwarka. So Satyabhama, the main queen. Actually, I read also that Chandravali is an expansion of Radharani. And so Krishna explains, Prabhupada explained that this attraction between men and women, this conjugal relationship, which is so powerful in the material world, it comes from God. So, but it's temporary in the material world and keeps you in the cycle of birth and death and in the bodily concept of life. And I was just reading in the Transcendental Diary, Volume 4, Prabhupada's father's father, his grandfather, it was his father's father, found that everybody was sad, and he found out that his wife had just died, passed away. And his father's father, grandfather, he could tell something, everybody was sad, and he found out his wife had died, and very shortly afterward, he left his body. And he said, Prabhupada said, that this can happen, that man and woman can become attached to each other, and then they'll stay in the material world, and in one lifetime, one will become the husband and one will become the wife, and in the next life, they meet again and they change roles. And he said this can happen birth after birth. They become so attached, but then they become absorbed in the material world. And people, talk about love and all this, but it keeps you in the bodily concept of life. Because you want to enjoy that relationship, you have to suffer also all the things attached with the body. And when I was a newer devotee, I could understand about birth, I could understand about death and disease, but old age, that's way in the future. I don't have to worry about old age. I was just talking to Bindu Madhava. He has kidney dialysis 3 times a week, and each time it takes, he goes to the hospital and he has to spend 4 hours on the dialysis machine because his kidneys don't work. So the machine cleans the blood. But when you're young, you don't really think about old age, but it catches up with you. Water. Where is it? It was existing. Ah, there it is. Anyway, this romantic relationship is originally there in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there's all kinds of relationships with Krishna and Radharani, and Krishna and Chandravali, and there's main gopis and there's assistant gopis. And others just relish the relationship of Krishna with Radharani and the gopis, with the main gopis, the manjaris, the assist. So that is originally there in the spiritual world, but it's not based on the bodily concept of life, and it's free from lust. There are 6 enemies: lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and madness. These are our enemies. We may think it's something else, but those are our real enemies. So we have to become attached to Krishna, but these things keep us away from Krishna. So now let's take this apart. According to this hunchbacked young woman with a nice face, attractive face, is a partial expansion of the Lord's wife, Satyabhama. So that's later. He marries Satyabhama when he goes to Dwarka. But the relationship must be there. It's an eternal relationship. And Satyabhama is the Lord's internal energy known as Bhu Shakti, and this expansion of hers known as Prithivi represents the earth which was bent down by the great burden of countless wicked rulers. So she was hunched over because of the burden. She represented the earth, and she was hunched over due to this burden of the wicked rulers. This is the age of Kali. So I really can't, it's not so clear. Okay, Bhu Shakti is also, okay, Bhu is also, okay, so the earth is an expansion of Satyabhama, really. Bent down by the great burden. Okay, Lord Krishna descended to remove these wicked rulers, and thus his pastime of straightening out the hunchback, Trivakra, as explained in these verses, represents his rectifying the burdened condition of the earth. At the same time, the Lord awarded Trivakra a conjugal relationship with himself. In addition to the given meaning of the word, rasa pradaha indicates that the Lord amused his cowherd boyfriends by his dealings with the young hunchback. Lord Krishna said, "Who are you, O beautiful thighed one?" "Ah, ointment. Who is it for, my dear lady? Please tell me. Please tell us truthfully. Give us both some of your finest ointment, and you will soon gain a great boon." Purport: the Lord jokingly addressed the lady as Varoru, O beautiful thighed one. His joke was not malicious, since he was actually about to make her beautiful. Although she had an attractive face, but still she was hunchbacked. The maidservant replied, "O handsome one, I am a servant of King Kansa, who highly regards me for the ointments I make. My name is Trivakra," which means three bends. "Who else but you two deserve my ointments, which the Lord of the Bhojas likes so much?" That would be, Lord of the Bhojas would be Kansa. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti explains that Trivakra, who is also known as Kubja, used the singular address, Sundar, O handsome one, to hint that she felt conjugal desire for Krishna alone. And she used the dual form yuvam for both of you to try and hide her conjugal sentiment. So there were in Sanskrit you have three numbers: singular, dual, and plural. Most languages have singular and plural. The Sanskrit has dual, referring to Krishna and Balaram. So she actually was feeling, and this is something from the nectar of devotion. Sensual attraction. The lusty desire of Kubja is described by learned scholars as being, quote, almost lusty desire. Kubja was a hunchbacked woman who also wanted Krishna with great ecstatic love, but her desire for Krishna was almost mundane, and so her love cannot be compared with the love of the gopis. Her loving affection for Krishna is called kama praya, almost like the gopis' love for Krishna. Her mind, overwhelmed by Krishna's beauty, charm, sweetness, smiles, words, and glances, Trivakra gave both Krishna and Balaram generous amounts of ointment. This incident is also described in the Vishnu Purana. The quote is given. Hearing this, she respectfully replied to Lord Krishna, "Please take it," and gave both of them the ointment suitable for applying to their bodies. Next verse. Appointed with these most excellent cosmetics, which adorned them with hues that contrasted with their complexions, the two lords appeared extremely beautiful. Purport: the Acharyas suggest that Krishna spread yellow ointment upon his body, and Balaram blue ointment upon his. Next verse. Lord Krishna was pleased with Trivakra, so he decided to straighten that hunchback girl with the lovely face, just to demonstrate the result of seeing him. Pressing down on her toes with both his feet, Lord Achyuta placed one upward pointing finger of each hand under her chin and straightened up her body. Simply by Lord Mukunda's touch, Trivakra was suddenly transformed into an exquisitely beautiful woman with straight, evenly proportioned limbs and large hips and breasts. Now endowed with beauty, character, and generosity, Trivakra began to feel lusty desires for Lord Krishna. Taking hold of the end of his upper cloth, she smiled and addressed him as follows. Come, O hero, let us go to my house. I cannot bear to leave you here. O best of males, please take pity on me, since you have agitated my mind. Purport: Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti supplied the following conversation. Krishna, it is not for the purpose of dining that you are inviting me to your house. Oh, is it for the purpose of dining that you are inviting me to your house? Trivakra, I simply cannot leave you here. Krishna, but people here on the King's Road will misconstrue what you're saying and laugh. Therefore, please don't speak like this. Trivakra, I can't help being agitated. You made the mistake of touching me. It's not my fault. Thus entreated by the woman, Lord Krishna first glanced at the face of Balaram, who was watching the incident, and then at the face of the cowherd boys. Then with a laugh, Krishna replied to her as follows. Lord Krishna said, "O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purpose, I will certainly visit your house, where men can relieve their anxiety. Indeed, you are the best refuge for us homeless travelers." Purport. By the word agrihanam, Sri Krishna indicated that not only had he no fixed residence, but that he was not yet married. In other words, he didn't have a griha. He wasn't a grihasta. Next verse. Leaving her with these sweet words, Lord Krishna walked further down the road. The merchants along the way worshipped him and his elder brother by presenting them with various respectful offerings, including pan, garlands, and fragrant substances. So now, Krishna came to Mathura for the purpose of killing Kamsa. So eventually he did kill Kamsa, and he said, "I'll come and visit you." So then it happens several chapters later when Krishna comes back. He kills Kamsa, and then he goes back because there was the florist, Sudama. She wants to sit there. So. Actually, he met the washerman who had also dyed cloth for the king. And the king and Krishna said, "Can you give us some cloth?" And the washerman, he was also a dyer of cloth, he wouldn't give them anything. And Krishna, what did Krishna do? Chopped off his head with his hand. Krishna's a superhero, you know that. So, now Krishna he killed the elephant, he killed the wrestlers, he killed Kansa, and then he freed his Vasudeva and Devaki had been put in prison by Kansa, so he freed them. And then he sent Uddhava to Vrindavan. Somehow the gopis didn't come. But other inhabitants of Vrindavan, even Nanda and Yashoda came to Mathura, but the gopis, they didn't come. So he sent Uddhava, who looked like Krishna, to give a message. So then, now I am several chapters later, when Krishna goes back to see Trivakra. Shukadev Goswami said, so Krishna had sent Uddhava to Vrindavan to give a message to the gopis, and then he returned. So it says now, next, after assimilating Uddhava's report, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the omniscient soul of all that be, desired to satisfy the serving girl, Trivakra, who was troubled by lust. Thus he went to her house. Purport, this text